Adam22, clout chasing off of Crip Mac goes wrong.
With that Crip Mac was going to host, and that Crip Mac was going to also perform some of the songs, and then this band was going to perform, and that was going to be the gist of the night, right? So it's at the Wiltern, which I think is like a 2,000 person venue, maybe a little bit more. It's right on Wilshire in Koreatown. And so I figured when I heard about this would be a great IRL stream.
I'm reporting from the block where the truth gets stretched. Journalism with an edge. Every story I fetch. Mic levels on crisp. Every quote get checked. Podcast booming. Turn opinions into verified fact. Voice for the unheard. Pain that I narrate. Turn a booth into a newsroom. Pressure I translate.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? This your boy BT Scoop back with BT Scoop TV. Man, y'all see by the title, man, we got Adam22, clout chasing, going wrong, man. It say Crip Mac was supposed to be hosting a talent show with a guy named Andrew from the Channel 5, man, and say, you know, he came in and got up out of there. Well, I guess Adam22 and his wife seen that as a free play to get some bread and some content off of Crip Mac. Hey, that's crazy work, man. Crip Mac seemed like he knew Adam was going to be coming and got up out of there, bro. No free content. No free content here, man, but we gonna get into this reaction video, man, and let's see what Adam22 excuse is, man. You know he got something. He gonna rock it out, man. Make sure y'all hit that like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that hype bell to get this video into that algorithm. Let's get into it.
Saturday night stream.
I mean, you totally could.
I'm a loser. So basically, Andrew Callahan from Channel 5 had like a big show on Saturday. He's been on tour for a little while now. And the show was like Dead City Punks, which is this very LA-centric punk group that I've heard a lot about over the years, and then Crip Mac. These are the two main artists on the
great lineup,
right? Which is insane. And like the whole idea was that he was going to show a couple of unreleased documentaries that he made over the years, and then there was also going to be a talent show with that Crip Mac was going to host. And that Crip Mac was going to also perform some of the songs, and then this band was going to perform, and that was going to be the gist of the night, right? So it's at the Wiltern, which I think is like a 2,000 person venue, maybe a little bit more. It's right on Wilshire in Koreatown. And so I figured when I heard about this would be a great IRL stream. So Vel comes through.
A great stream to use Crip Mac and not have to pay that man. That's what he was thinking, bro. Let's keep it a man. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
Josh came through to be the filmer because all the normal filmers were busy having social lives. And then Lena was down to go too. I made a thumbnail. Love the thumbnail. Lena, Adam, and Crip Mac triple date stream, which a little ambitious. You know, it's not like we're actually going there together, but I figured that would get people watching.
Crip Mac had no idea of that right there, bro. That's what's crazy.
And we fire up the IRL stream. I start getting drunk at the house before we go. I figured, you know, a little bit of alcohol will fuel me to do a great job on this stream.
Did you? I didn't know that part of this.
I found the one bottle of Don Julio that was tucked away in my garage fridge. Started drinking that. Found a couple of Costco seltzers. Started drinking those as well. Was really feeling the spirits. We Uber there. We start to walk up in there. The security, the staff tells us, hey, you can't film in here. I start trying to think of excuses to make. I'm like, okay, we're just streaming. We're not like filming. We're just doing a stream. They don't care at all. They said, if you want to film in here, it costs $10,000.
Well, yeah, the Wiltern. That's like a historic LA venue, so they have like certain stipulations.
It's just crazy because everybody's in there with their phone filming stuff, but for some reason we walk in with a DSLR and they're just on our tip, on our helmet about this.
Oh, okay. So he didn't get charged $10,000. I thought he lost $10,000. I was going off the title, man.
So they tell us like, yo, we're gonna go get you paperwork that you can sign that'll basically like you won't have to pay. But as long as you agree that this is like archival footage, which in that moment, I'm drunk as hell, so I don't even know what that means. I'm just like, okay, yeah, sure. I'm thinking that they're not really going to come back with the paper or whatever. We go into the green room, and I immediately realized like, oh, we're so deep within this building that there's no way that we're going to actually be able to stream this. And then also, I don't know who, I got the idea that people were doing things in the green room that you might not want to stream. You know, people were stuff that grown-ups do that you might not want to necessarily put out there on the internet. I don't know. But either way, and Crip Mac's not there, right? So the show is already like fully underway because I was picturing that Crip Mac's going to be there. We're going to be able to hang out with him and Lupe, etc., be able to do all this stuff. Crip Mac is not there. We can barely connect. And then the guy does, in fact, show up with a clipboard trying to get me to sign this form saying that it's only going to be archival purposes or whatever. So about that point, I just gave up. Now, it turns out also that Crip Mac was so late. There's this talent show with a bunch of different people out of the audience. Crip Mac shows up after they've all already done the talent show and the winner has been chosen. He comes out. He performs one song, which was his unreleased Boosie Badass collab that he recently did with Spiffy Luciano, and then he is out the door and he leaves immediately after. So this was a Crip Mac headlining show on this card. He was probably in the building for 5 minutes.
That nigga Spiffy convinced Boosie to hop on a song with him, huh?
With Crip Mac, yes. That is definitely what happened, yeah.
That's big. If you ask me, you get Boosie on the track. Crip Mac got Boosie on the track. That's big. I don't know what much you be about to say. I hope it ain't nothing crazy, man. But hey, that's pretty decent, man. But hey, it seemed like clout chasing went wrong for Adam22. It was just an old failed night. I don't think he lost no $10,000 like his title say, man. But do y'all think he obligated? You know what I'm saying? To be able to pull up wherever Crip Mac go, try to get free content off of him, or do y'all think Crip Mac needs somebody in this corner to set the stipulations, bro? Y'all let me know what y'all think. We're going to keep it going, though.
I'm assuming that he probably already has like a cachet of Boosie verses that he could use at his disposal, right?
It's like good pussy and marijuana. Good pussy and marijuana.
What was Andrew's? It seemed like from like the part of the stream that I saw, he seemed to be like just chilling regular. Was he like?
Yeah, he was having a good time. He was excited to have us there and everything like that. But I mean, this is like with the whole IRL streaming thing, you just realize that there's a lot more stuff to worry about. You got to worry about the internet connection. You got to worry about people wanting permits to film, etc. And that's one reason why it's probably a pretty good idea to stream off your phone or off like a small camera, because they see you with that big ass camera with a flash on it, and it's just they get pissed.
I'm assuming you guys had like the whole like.
They not letting you get no free content. You gonna have to pay them guys. That's what that is, bro. But I feel you though, because K-Knock Adam22, he let us sit here and use his content all day, so he feel like it's free game on the content, man. But you got other people who don't think the same, man. But yeah, that's crazy.
Backpack thing too, right? Like
a backpack full of gear, yeah.
Yeah,
so that sucked, and then we ended up sitting in the stands and just watching the documentaries and stuff, which was reasonably cool. And then we got out of there, and I got a hot dog on the way out. So
from Pink's.
Bacon
no, from the Mexican lady with a cart
way better,
out in front.
They put some
God.
They put some shit like that on me at my daddy burial site. I went to go film a music video, right? And I was shooting a music video, and probably like 10-15 minutes into the music video, some people pull up like
at the cemetery, like
2 cars deep. So I'm looking like, what is this? And they jump out, come our way. They like hey, can you we gotta ask you to stop filming. I'm like, stop filming for what? They got to talking about some copyrights, and if I do want to film, I gotta come over here to the mortuary and talk to the people that's in control of this. I'm like, well, hold on, we paid for this plot headstone and all that. So who do I gotta talk to about filming my dad?
Yeah, I'm not filming a Fulio video here.
They just trying to have their money in. They handling everything. Yeah,
for real, bro.
But that's stuff that happens in LA and like literally nowhere else.
Yeah, because that's, they look the love for the dollar out there in LA, boy, they'll do you dirty out there for the dollar, bro.
Yeah. Because everywhere else you can just kind of film and nobody's thinking about getting paid. But out here, everybody's trying to film, so they just are on it.
See, I think you would have got away from it like at the other grave sites. This was woodier though, like woodier, and I think that's like the biggest graveyard. They got like the graveyard on both sides of the road, but like
come on, bro.
Yeah,
you would have got away with it at Inglewood Cemetery.
For sure. No, for sure.
Yeah, but then, you know, they try to, it's people with money. That's pretty much over there.
But it's all about like how polished the production looks like too. Because it's okay if you have lights and a big camera, they're
draw
on you.
attention.
Oh, you can afford to pay for that.
Yeah.
You can afford to cash out.
If you just film an iPhone, obviously they're not going to know you're doing anything. You could even have the DSLR with a little light or whatever, but if you got like big lights and stuff, it just stands out to them as like, like even cops, like downtown cops will stop you and ask for permits when you're filming if it looks professional enough. Which
is funny because nowadays, like, they actually have changed a lot of the laws recently in Los Angeles and are making
Boy, Lush changed looks by the hour, bro. He was just, yesterday he just had a goatee, man. He cut that thing straight off. I thought he had just got fresh with the goatee. Now he bald faced.
a lot easier to acquire permits and trying to incentivize and give people a reason to want to shoot in LA because Atlanta, because Seattle, because all these other areas have made it so much more desirable and cheaper to film out there. They trying to take Hollywood back.
That's interesting because like all those years riding BMX bikes, that would always be what the security would say. They'd be like, "Y'all got a permit?"
Yeah.
And we'd say like, "Yeah, we got a permit," and then we just like kind of end up in this like 15-minute conversation with the security trying to convince them that we actually do have a permit while like meanwhile the dude gets his trick and then we leave.
Don't try to shoot in Venice Beach or someplace like that. You know what the way around it is usually, and this always helped anytime I was shooting a music video, except for like one or two occasions where the Jonathans were just so strict.
All right, man, we gonna cut that out right there, man. I don't think they're gonna talk too much more about Crip Mac, but we about to get into it though, man. I think Adam22 and his wife thought they had them a little free lick, probably a little quick, you know, $500, $600, $700 play, bro, off of just going to do this little quick IRL stream with Crip Mac, not even wearing Crip Mac. You probably would have let Crip Mac know that you was gonna come, man. He probably would have made it his duty to be there with y'all, bro. But you was trying to, you know what I'm saying, basically get in, you know, get your recording on without him being there. So therefore, you really ain't even gotta kick out your pocket to him, but you're making money off of him. Is Adam22 obligated to that? Even to say because he was the first one to platform Crip Mac, so he feel like he can do things like that. You know, it might be a favor for a favor. But I say this though, man, Crip Mac come to your, you know what I'm saying, platform whenever you want him to, man. Let this man go out here and enjoy himself. But you know, it's the power of the mighty dollar, bro. My joker said opportunity, they're gonna take it. I don't fault Adam for trying to do it, you know what I'm saying? But you know, we're gonna have people from the outside looking in like, hey, bro, that's messed up, bro. Let that man breathe, let that man make his money. You ain't gonna give him none of that money. Now I can damn sure bet you he ain't gonna give him none of that bread he make off that stream from Crip Mac either, though. But at the same time, it is what it is, though. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Y'all think the clout chase for Adam22 went wrong, bruh? And, you know, he missed out on Crip Mac money play. You know, he could have made some money off Crip Mac, but Crip Mac hit him with the okie doke, didn't even come in. He came in super late, performed one song, and got up out of there and got the bag. I don't fault Crip Mac for that, but y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I don't know, just keeping it real. We're going to call it ball or strike. The Metaverse Umpire, BT Scoop. I'm out.
Right beside me, recording every update. We drop gems back to back like broadcasts on the front page. No cap allowed, only real ones allowed in the session. We fact check rumors, turn lies into lessons. Independent press, ain't no label that a nigga reppin'. Every episode hit like a streetwise confession. From live streams to articles, the work don't stop. We break stories before anchors, even read from the top. Headphones on tight, every beat getting chopped. It's that Broadway tone, it's the truth when I talk.